Hello, hello. You're watching Trending with the Tennessee Tribune. I'm Ashley Northington, the agency director and founder at DENOR Brands and Public Relations. And we're here on behalf of the Tennessee Tribune to talk with candidates running for office. We're here to learn more about all of the issues and the candidates so that you're informed when you're ready to go out to vote. So let's jump right in. Ms. Kimbrough, I'd love for you to introduce yourself and tell people why you're running for office.
Well, my name is Joy Kimbrough. I am currently a criminal defense attorney. I have been a police officer. I have worked for the Attorney General's office. But basically, I'm running to make a difference. I really want to make a difference. I've seen justice and injustice, but I would like the criminal court judge position to show fairness, impartiality, and help people get back on the right track.
Sure. So what would you say has prepared you for this specific judgeship?
I've been preparing my entire life. I come from a long line of public servants. My parents were both public school teachers. My father was a public school principal. My mom a public school teacher. And like I said, I've been a police officer. I have worked for the Attorney General. I've been in the community. I myself have filed for over 3,000 expungements free of charge for people who have paid their debt to society, so that they can get jobs, housing, and financial aid. So I just think my public service, my DNA, have prepared me.
Wonderful. What's your vision for this specific criminal court, for this specific court? What would be the vision that you would set?
Well, I have several visions.
Okay.
One is, of course, a more fair and just system, and to also address and attack the problem of mass incarceration.
Yes.
Also, I would like victims to be compensated. We don't really see them receiving compensation like they should. And then a goal I have, if elected, is I would like to start an elder court for people those 65 years and older who have been victimized, preyed upon, or abused in any way, to kind of help and assist them maneuver through the court system. A lot of times, they're discouraged from going to court because it can be such a hassle and a process, but I don't want it to be that way. I want the elderly to be able to be a part of the system and get what they need, get the compensation or whatever they need. I want them to be able to do that. So I would like to start an elder court.
Wow, that's wonderful and admirable.
Thank
now,
you.
Tell me a little bit about this victim compensation. What does that look like and how would that work?
Well, right now they do have a victim's compensation for people who basically victimized, like you may be a victim of a violent crime or the family member of someone maybe who is even killed.
Oh gosh,
So in addition to any other, you always have the right to sue whoever you want to, but the state has what's called a victim's compensation fund that a lot of people don't know about, that they need access to. And it would be nice if they could have assistance in, and I know the court can only do so much, but I do believe victims need to know about the victim's compensation.
Okay, so you also mentioned that you wanted to sort of attack the problem of mass incarceration. So how would you, in the role of judge, be able to do this?
Not be so quick to throw away everyone when there's a possibility of rehabilitation, especially when we're talking about nonviolent crimes.
Right.
We have a lot of people who are incarcerated for their first time ever in any trouble, and I'm talking all about nonviolent crimes. We have a lot of people incarcerated, and this in turn affects the family structure. It means that there's a parent that's not in the home, and I think Tennessee is pretty high on the list of states for having at least one incarcerated parent. And of course, you have that spillover effect. You have a parent's not home, and then next you know the kids are getting in trouble. And it's just a cycle.
Right.
And I'd like to help stop that cycle when a defendant is a candidate for rehabilitation.
Right.
I want to do my part. I don't want to just throw everyone away. I don't want to do that.
Yeah. So for you, what types of services or what does rehabilitation look like in your court?
It could be drug treatment.
Sure.
It could be mental health treatment. It could be PTSD, treatment for PTSD. It could be a plethora of things.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want the first and only option to always be incarceration.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times when we're talking about mass incarceration, the conversation tends to shift because many of the people, or the vast majority of people who are incarcerated, look like me.
Mm-hmm.
What steps can you take from your position as judge, from your potential position as judge, to help reduce that or to help attack that issue?
Well, kind of like I said,
Yeah.
not just making incarceration always the only solution.
Sure.
We've got to do better. We've got to do better. And I think the United States is one of the, it's pretty high up on the list of countries for incarceration.
Yeah,
That's almost our
absolutely.
response to everything.
Right.
Is lock them up, lock them up, lock them up. And it doesn't help.
Right.
I think we need effective probation programs and
Yeah.
sentences. Maybe community service. Maybe some type of victim
Yeah.
statement intervention or something
Yeah.
like that. Just not always let's throw them away
Yeah.
and throw away the key. I don't think that solves anything. Now, I will say this though, there are instances when incarceration is needed.
Right.
Absolutely needed. But right now I'm talking about for nonviolent crimes.
Right. So what was it that made you decide to run for judge?
I've just seen a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a lot. I've done a lot of cases. I don't think there's anyone else running now in any race, mine or any other race, that have been involved in as many trials. I've had over 100 trials. Of course, one of the trials was that of Timothy Batts. The young man accused of accidentally shooting his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Take that for example. Timothy Batts, by all accounts, was a loving father.
Yeah.
He had custody of all 3 of his little girls.
Yeah.
Even the biological mother of the children, she was in his corner saying, no, this is a good father. And you know what it would take for a father to get custody of your
Right.
girls. That means you're one heck of a father. But anyway, something tragic happened.
Yeah.
It was an accident.
Mm-hmm.
That is highly unlikely, almost definitive, will never happen again.
Right.
However, he was taken away from his girls.
Right.
He was thrown in jail.
Right.
So that means the father's gone now. He had custody of
Right.
them. And it's just sad. I don't think incarceration was necessary in that. You did not need incarceration to rehabilitate him, a man that would live with this every day for the rest of his life.
I know.
He's almost gotten a life sentence anyway. And his incarceration helps nothing. If anything, it takes a father from the home and hurts the kids. The kids need to move on. They need some help. He needs some help. They all need some type of mental health treatment. That's just one example. But I'm just saying, if I'm in that position, those are the type of things I would look at.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to see every defendant, every person, period, victim, defendant, as human.
Mm-hmm.
As human. Sometimes we forget, that these are human beings with
Right.
real lives that you're affecting. It's not just that person.
Right.
Like I said, it can have that domino effect and
Right.
affect others.
So if elected judge, what would you think your legacy would be?
Well, I just hope people would think I've helped as many people as possible.
Yeah.
I want to, maybe if we could ever get to the point of making expungements automatic, so that people don't have to figure out.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's the first time a lot of people hear about their record is in a job interview. They think that whatever happened 10 years ago or whatever
Right.
has gone away. And there is, in Tennessee, no such thing as automatic expungement. So you could go to court, say, it could be anything. Say you're in the car with 3 of your friends.
Right.
And police stop, smell marijuana, find one marijuana joint or whatever they call it nowadays. They find that and the police decide, okay, I'm going to charge everybody in the car. Okay?
Right.
You go to court, yours is dismissed, you're happy, you go home, And then 5 years later, you graduated college, you got your nursing degree, and you're interviewing. They say, well, you had a drug charge. And you're like, what? You don't even know. You thought it was gone. But there is no automatic expungement, even though that was dismissed.
Right.
So it would be nice if we could have automatic expungement on certain type of crimes and dispositions.
Right.
So
right.
that would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something I want. Of course, I want my elder court. I want my elder court.
Yeah.
So those are just a few things.
Sure. So now I'm going to ask you the hard question.
Okay.
And so that question is, why should the voters elect you?
I think the voters should elect me because of my commitment, my demonstrated commitment. Now, I didn't just decide, hey, I'm going to run, so let me get out into the community.
Right.
I've been in the community. Mm-hmm. And anybody can double check my story on that. But I've been in the community. I've been helping people. Mm-hmm. I've had to go and help people when they had no money.
Right.
Couldn't afford an attorney. Just in the interest of justice,
Right.
I've had to do some things. Just like the expungements. I do that for free. Because I know if I can help someone clear up their record, get a job, then they don't have to put the gun to my head, your head, my
right.
child's head, or anything like that. I know it. It helps everyone.
Right.
When you do those type of things. So, I'm sorry, I forgot your question, but
why should they vote for you?
But that's one of the reasons, because
yes.
I've been out here. I try to help people.
Mm-hmm.
This is on my heart.
Yes.
I will be fair, just, and compassionate.
Yeah.
And that's why I think they should vote for me.
Wonderful. Well, you heard it here first. Miss Joy Kimbrough, who is running for criminal court judge. You heard her fabulosity here. So thank you so much for watching. That's all we have for today. Thank you.
Thank you.